You're now live. Right, good.
We offer employees up to £8,000 for education and training, providing you with valuable skills for work and home.
Vitality gets your health moving forward. They give you half-price gym membership. Then they reward you with treats, like up to 20% off hotel
Right.
and free cinema tickets.
I don't know if we'll get many people join, but hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is a bit of a test live stream. I managed to get this feature working earlier today. I had to download Google Chrome and sort it out. But I'm going to try it out and see what happens. But this is my England against. This is my Andorra against England watch along. Yeah, and I'll be taking you through the game. I have no idea if anyone will join or not, but we'll just see how it goes.
Oh, that's proper nice of you to say so. Superior Sunday stacking. Sainsbury's. Good food for all of us.
There you go.
Celebrity cruises. Nothing comes close.
See if I can update the thumbnail as well.
It's okay. I'm with the AA. Me too.
No, we can't update anything at the moment.
Contact us first and we'll take care of everything.
Ah, the Thatcher's family farm. Making cider with nothing but love. And skills. Keeping quality up. Perfection. In safe hands. Chase sponsors ITV coverage of England men's football.
Jewelry may still gleaming, 30 years of hurt, never stop me dreaming. Right.
But the only danger for England today is when you're playing against a team that's obviously you lack real quality and dominant possession, like the manager said, is that you overthink things. You play one or two extra passes. I still feel when you get to certain positions and you can cross it, or you have a chance to shoot. You don't try and walk the ball into net. That's the only danger for England today. If they get opportunities,
Live.
I think it has to be slow.
No.
Sometimes when you have a lot of the ball, you can slow the game down. It can get a bit lethargic, especially with the heat.
Tell you what.
Moving quick. And if you need to move as well, don't make it be walking football. Sometimes, again, when you have a lot of possession, it can naturally think we're in a full sense of security here. The standards and the speed need to be high because, yes, we're playing an opposition. We should be looking further ahead of that reason.
Set pieces as well. We can't. Sometimes because there's a lesser team, you kind of take your eye off set pieces. Focus on that.
I'm not too sure.
It's a really important afternoon. Noni Madueke, who's had some good times at Chelsea, but it's not been the easiest season for anyone at Chelsea, although it ended well. With that, as we were saying earlier, those wide positions and the competition for places in there, I would imagine this is a big opportunity for him.
Look, if you do well, you're obviously in the manager's thoughts. And like I said earlier, you're borrowing in New Jersey. You want to borrow it as long as you can. There's a year to go.
Analytics, no. Community, no.
If you're in there, you've got a great chance to continue with it.
What's this dashboard?
4 years ago, the day before England's World Cup qualifier in Andorra itself, a fire broke out in the commentary box that caused complete havoc. So no wonder they've opted to play in Barcelona this time around, but I'm sure Lee Dixon and Sam Matterface nevertheless have checked their nearest exit. It's just
in case. Good afternoon, gents.
Good afternoon. Well, if there's anyone who knows how to clear the box quickly, it's my colleague. Thank you very much, Mark. Yes, welcome to the home of Espanyol, and for tonight, the home of Andorra as well. And for new boss Thomas Tuchel and his players, it has been a week of getting to know you, a bit of paddle, a bit of golf, a few bike rides, and a trip to the Spanish Grand Prix, either side of some intense training sessions. England's latest lap of the World Cup qualifying circuit sees them duel with a side that haven't scored a competitive goal in 2 years, and in their last international didn't manage a single shot. Andorra is a 3-hour drive through the Pyrenees, and England are outnumbering them quite significantly. It's a 40,000-seater stadium, the RCDE, which is the home of Espanyol. But it feels a little bit like it's a tour match because there's so many England fans scattered around and enjoying the sunshine. It's almost like being on a cricket tour in the Caribbean.
It is a little bit. It's a bit of a weird atmosphere. We spoke to a few England fans outside of the concourse, and they were in good spirits. But there was a kind of weird feeling when you come into the stadium because it is a big stadium, and they're sprinkled everywhere. And certainly from behind both goals, we have a majority of the England fans, which again is a bit strange having both goals with the away fans behind, but hopefully we've got something to cheer about.
Well, Thomas Tuchel wants his team to play with the excitement, intensity and rhythm. As admitted, the performances in the last break were not...
Look at that attendance, it's shocking.
They were always in control of those games, but he warned yesterday Andorra will come to frustrate us. Don't expect...
Look at how many empty seats.
...too soon. And he also talked about the heat. 28 degrees in Barcelona, which is good preparation for next summer. England have secured maximum points so far, but they will be eyeing up an avalanche of goals here. As well as the 3 points, there's going to be attempts to form connections ahead of a huge 12 months.
Sweaty. If I look like I'm looking towards the tally, then I apologise, because I am. Right, see if I can move this a bit. That should be good. God save our gracious King. Long live our noble King. God save our King. No surrender. Send him victorious. Happy and glorious. Long to reign over us. God save our King. We've got one person in. Don't know who it is. See if I can find out. No. Two people.
local side start the day in pole position in Group K, and they aim to stay there. That's next.
Right, so the lineups are
Chase sponsors ITV coverage of England.
Pickford, James, Concert, Henderson, Kane, Bellingham, Byrne, Jones, Rodgers, Madueke and Palmer. And the subs Walker, Rice, Colwell, Gibbs White, Gordon, Dean Henderson, Ivan Toney, Eze, Trent, Lewis Skelly, Trafford and Chalabar. So no Saka and no Gallagher. As we await kick-off.
Do you know the words? Memento mori. It means remember death. Chase sponsors ITV coverage of England men's football.
Singing to you.
22 of their 133 qualifying matches since 1996, and Boscolo Alvarez is missing forward. Berto Rosas is injured.
There you go.
He's been
That should
their
be
biggest
fine.
threat recently. It's a squad that's made up largely of pros from the lower divisions in Spain.
Just adjusting the camera. I've got this. I've got the MacBook on this trolley thing. I struggled a bit setting this live stream up because I had to download Chrome onto this MacBook thing.
Referees from Croatia, Igor Pajic.
Right, there you go.
Watching from on high. Countdown to the World Cup.
Here we go, kick off.
It's going to be one of those familiar England games. Talked about moving the ball quickly. Trouble is when a team goes so close to its own goal, there's not that many gaps and they don't have to move around.
Right, so Conser.
So back five, then a four. Then just Ricard Fernandez.
As England play the ball around the back. This looks like a back three to me.
There is a chance to get the ball forward. It's done in precisely.
With Reece James
This is Madueke.
playing as a centre back. Bellingham shoots and into the keeper's arms.
Good strike from Bellingham. Almost need to miss-hit that a little bit and fly in the top corner, but he had the opportunity, and that's the important thing. I think Roy mentioned it before the game, is if you get a chance to cross or shoot, do it, because these players are not used to the amount that's going to be coming into their box over a 90-minute period.
Stony box pick, well done.
He's debuting the last international break against Albania.
Back to Conser.
About the attacking side of England today, but just
And Henderson.
down the side of Dan Byrne, two centre backs have just got to be concentrated the whole game. Have a lot of the ball
Byrne
to their full
to James.
ball. We know that Andorra, that is their main weapon of choice, is a long ball into the channel.
Phil Foden's on fire. And everybody the Germans off the park.
When they have possession, Curtis Jones has gone up into high position in midfield. This is Ezri Conte. It's James playing in that hybrid role of left back, stroke left centre back. Under a bit of pressure from Servos. James.
Found it.
It's not just about tactical refinement today. There is a game to win. England are massive favourites. The bookmakers make Andorra a huge 175 to 1. Is that all?
Let me just get the lineups up so I can do a bit of commentary, because I don't know what numbers they're all wearing. So, Curtis Jones at right back, it looks like.
Legally so, according to the referee.
That's interesting, because England, it doesn't look like playing with an out-and-out right back. It looks like James is at left back, according to Flash Score. Kane up front, Bellingham and Henderson. Madueke, Palmer, Rodgers. Ooh. Well done. That's an England corner. Can't start a fire. Can't start a fire without a spark. Phil Foden's on fire. He'll be playing the Germans off the park. Palmer to take the corner.
Physicality in the defensive line. Nicholas Garcia, Vera, all big central defensive figures.
Into the box. Keeper comes out and punches away. Who's on the bench, by the way? Trent, Chalobah, Colwill, Eze, Gibbs, White, Gordon, Henderson, Lewis, Skelly, Rice, Tony, Trafford, Walker. I don't know why Lewis Skelly isn't playing at left back. Lewis Skelly should be playing at left back with James at right back, rather than playing Curtis Jones out of position.
Alvarez has been in charge for 15 years of Andorra and they don't win much.
Conser to James. No, that's not James. Must be Jones. Madueke to Palmer. Into the box. Bellingham. Rodgers. And Curtis Jones fouls the Andorra player. It will be a free kick to Andorra, just outside Andorra's penalty area.
Puts it into the box, a little bit unlucky with the ricochet. It's good movement. That's what you can get, a little run on this standard of player, because they're not as concentrated.
Yeah, no, that's 100% Curtis Jones at right back. Jones, you have to be strong. Don't foul. Conser.
I don't mind that. I don't mind encourage them to coming out and pressing you in the last third, because that just frees up huge amount of space further up the pitch, and you can get through the press, which you should be able to do more times than you don't.
James to Palmer. Conser. Burn.
Rodgers, Madueke,
Conser.
joining in with the attack. England have the ball.
It's been all in Andorra's half.
It's going to be difficult to break down this Andorra team. Pointed that out yesterday.
Jones, Bellingham into the box. Well done.
Still going Bellingham. Is caught by
And the cross
who is the son of the Andorran coach.
is caught by the Andorra goalkeeper.
Nice combinations down that right hand side so far. The three of them. Jones getting involved. Bellingham got pretty much free roll, go whenever he wants.
10 minutes in, still 0-0. Andorra 0, England 0.
For a very long time. Very close.
Burn to James.
Smith has been all about furthering those connections, deepening them ahead of a World Cup trip next year, which is probably going to take on quite some amount of time. 5-week World Cup. It's state of the angel. That's the distance, but acclimatisation period beforehand, and maybe even some friendlies on the east coast of the United States. They might be away for up to 8 weeks.
Conser.
Given away by Jones.
Jones.
No foul, says the referee.
That last build-up when England had the ball in midfield, pretty high line from Andorra, which again is a good sign. If you've got a runner from midfield into that space behind, then you can't all keep coming to feet from that number 10, number 8 area. You've got to have one going the other way.
James to Burn. What's the score? 0-0. In fact, is there a way to get a scoreboard up on here? Share screen? No, I'm not going to do that. It would be good if I can get a scoreboard up in the top corner that I can change. What does this do? Manage.
Especially in the first half of games against some of the top tier sides, Andorra have been pretty good.
What do you want from Mackey's? Okay, I will have a quarter pounder. I will have 6 nuggets, and I will have a McFlurry Lotus Biscuit if they still have it.
Rivera it was who was marking him. It's a good ball in because it was meant for him. Just look to clear everybody out in front of him. Defender's not even looking. Just ploughed into Comza. He wants some sort of foul, but he's not going to get one.
Rivera is one of the fewer recruits. There is a potential penalty check here that the referee is just.
So there is a penalty check.
With his VAR about, that's been quickly cleared.
No penalty. Play goes on.
Blocking, lots of going to the near post and just leaving Comza far post with his marker.
Jones. To Burn.
To James. All 3 of those have won trophies this season.
Yeah, it's interesting this because it looks like when we're defending, Jones is moving to right back and James is playing at left back. But when we're attacking, it sort of goes to a back 3.
Bellingham. Good strength. Adewale King getting engaged by 2 yellow jerseys. Bellingham. Hold off Guillen. He's in the 5th tier in Spain.
Palmer into the box. Ooh.
Almost got there in front of his marker. Garcia eventually.
Burn. Henderson.
Good marking. Garcia. Harry Kane just looking to get in front of him. Get touch tight there, you can sort of hold him back a little bit.
Madueke.
James.
James to Burn. Sorry, that's not Burn. That's Henderson, I think. Palmer. James. Conser. Jones into the box. And that will be an England corner.
Straight across the 6-yard box from Rodgers would have been the ball. He had space to do that. We just tried to pull it back. Sometimes you don't even have to look in those situations. Just smash it across the 6-yard box.
There's good history with England. Christian Garcia, he's got an experience of scoring against the England under-21 side. Crucial moment in that team's development. Palmer's cross is headed away. Bellingham sets it back.
Madueke shoots. Good save by the keeper.
It's a perfect one for the goalkeeper, isn't it? Be a picture of that somewhere.
Perfect type for the goalkeeper there.
Looked like he just got stuck under his feet a little bit. And that's a save the keeper should be making.
11 goals for Chelsea this season for Noni Madueke.
Palmer to take the corner. Goes into the box. Burn jumps up. And it looks like another corner.
Very unhappy about something. He's having a word with Rodgers.
Look at these people with getting in. These people on the telly coming into the stadium a bit late, 15 minutes in. I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of empty seats there are. But then again, Andorra probably don't have a massive following.
Haven't put the accelerator down.
And to be fair to Andorra, defending pretty well. Anything that's coming in the box. I think Bellingham's the one, there's a lot of people coming to feet. He's got it to his feet at the moment, but I think he's the one that really likes to make that little forward run behind a pretty high line at times. Andorra, I think he could be the one to get it.
Turned that round the corner, but Bora was very quickly onto him.
James to take the throw in. Conser. Kane plays a long ball to Madueke. I don't like how deep Kane drops.
So far, fullback stuck to his job, not an easy player to mark.
You're a striker, your job should be to stay in the box. Go on, shoot. Unlucky. Palmer. That's a corner. Jones is having a good game at right back, to be fair. Palmer. Corner England again. How many corners have we had? 4.
Singing and chanting, enjoying the atmosphere. There's a few dotted around on the far side as well. Ball number 7.
Sorry, 7. Palmer. Headed out, but back to Jones. Bellingham. Palmer. Into the box. Conser.
Managed to pull off a spectacular volley on the turn. Well, England did require a superb free kick from Reece James just before half-time to make the breakthrough against Latvia.
To be fair to Andorra, they're defending quite well. And you would expect that from them.
Be patient with us. Here's
Madueke. Shoot. Oh. How did that not go in, Kane? So Madueke crosses the ball in to Kane. But Kane doesn't get to it. It goes through his legs, actually. Jones gives it back to Kane. And Kane misses. Oh my God. That's a good point. I've just realised that bottle up there.
Jones has now started 4 of the last 5 England internationals.
Yeah, Kane has to be scoring them. Pickford. And back to Andorra's keeper.
Dropped into attack. There's no one near him. They've got a bit of a press on Andorra. There is space in the middle of the park. It has to get
Can't start a fire. Can't start a fire without a spark. Phil Foden's on fire. He'll be playing the Germans off the park. Can't start a fire. Can't start a fire without a spark. Phil Foden's on fire. He'll be playing the Germans off the park.
For James. Just trying to watch that out of the sun.
Look at Andorra sitting with 10 men behind the ball.
Bellingham just sitting in that 10 position, asking for the ball.
Can you please show me your Everton shirts? I can do, but it'll actually be in my drawer, which is somewhere. Actually, I do have a photo of me wearing it somewhere. Let me just try and find it. If you're still in here, and I'll show you it.
This is Jones.
I might be able to find it here. Yes, I can.
Backwards to Henderson instead. A lot in midfield for Ajax, who ended up finishing second in
In fact, I'm not going to get it out of the drawer, but here's a photo of me at Goodison. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I'm not going to go out of my way to get it out of the drawer.
Just a little bit of frustration creeping in. 23 minutes gone. Not got the breakthrough yet. A few players not getting the ball, throwing their arms up, just seen one or two. He's throwing his arms up all game so far. He used to throw his arms up a lot more when he was a goalkeeper. He's got to be hot without jacket on. I don't care what you say.
Yes, 26, 27 now. It is really muggy. Quite a lot of cloud cover over the last few hours, which has made it really humid inside the stadium. We're right on top of the roof at the back of the main stand here. As Burn brings down.
That will be a free kick to Andorra, it looks like.
It's a chance. Dan Burn just getting caught. He's waiting for the ball to go out and play. He never did. Just catches him back of the Achilles.
Has our Everton shirt got any numbers on the back? This season's one doesn't, but I have had numbers on the back previously. I had Decore on the back once. I also had Gomez on the back and Gordon on the back. I have Bellingham on the back of this England shirt.
Balls and crosses into the box. England have a good record of defending them recently. Servos with the delivery. Sorry, by Bellingham.
Shoots over the bar.
And into the England fans.
Yeah. Servos will be disappointed with that delivery. Hitting the first defender.
Yeah, sure. If you want to see it, Bellingham 10.
See, I think James can let that ball go then. Madueke makes a run to the ball and then spins in the hole.
And I did have a Grealish shirt, an England shirt with Grealish on the back from Euro 2020, but that doesn't fit me anymore. No, I'm not wearing it backwards.
Nicholas trying to get down the left-hand side. Thought he want to throw. Went against it. Andorra captain. Experienced defender. He was suspended the last time England went to Andorra.
Tuchel was quick to remind
Jones to take the throw in Andorra's half.
Let's not forget, he said.
Sorry, in England's half. James to Palmer.
Andorra 10, 15 years ago. Not that played professionally now, all of them.
Madueke.
Full-time professionals. Doing other jobs too.
The Andorra player wins it back and keeps it in.
Yeah, it's worth putting in context that they didn't have a shot on goal in their most recent game against Albania.
Henderson to Jones. Headed away. Jones. And that's out for an Andorra throw-in.
That really mature performance in Athens when England needed to win in Greece. Declan Rice not in the starting lineup today. No injury problems or fitness issues, just decided that for this game they're going to go with Jordan Henderson in the middle of the park. We'll probably see Declan Rice on Tuesday night.
Palmer.
Comes across.
Won back by Andorra. Passing the ball around inside their half. Goes back to their keeper. Follow England away. Follow England away. Follow England away. Follow England away. Madueke.
Palmer, Bellingham, Jones and Rogers all in the 18-yard box. Need a little bit of trickery to find them. Tightly compact is the defence.
At half time, can you please show me your Everton shirts, please? At half time. Well, they're folded up in my drawer. I might have a. I might try and find one.
Be a little bit careful. He doesn't talk himself into trouble. If he gets booked today, we would expect that to be an unnecessary booking, really. Then he will end up missing the next.
This season's one doesn't have any names on the back then.
Villa Park against Andorra, ironically enough. Rogers. Doing well.
Rogers
Get away on that far side.
to Kane.
Bellingham lurking.
Appeals for a penalty, but that's never going to be given.
An important challenge. He gets past him there.
He wins the ball as well.
He's played well pretty much. Garcia at the back. They all have.
I'll see if I can find one.
This is Fernandez. A rare Andorran foray into England territory. England have been criticised in the past for slow ball progression and a lack of sort of cohesive movement when they're faced with deep-lying defences. What do they need to do better to unpick this Andorran?
Half an hour in, still 0-0.
There's an opportunity, as I've said, to lift the ball over the top a little bit, to make a run beyond that back line. Because
Jones to Henderson.
Around the halfway line. Andorra are not that deep, they're quite high up. So it's about coming and spinning in the hole. By the way, he's had a couple of little runs and efforts of doing that. If there's space there behind that back line, you have to utilise it against teams like this, because very rarely do they come out, they sit on the edge of the box.
I think they're trying to make a run into the box. Henderson looked to pick him out. He's away by the Andorra defence. James has it now. Madueke.
Now here's Madueke.
Well. Laying it off to Rogers, getting it back again. Madueke ghosting it.
Unlucky.
Decent effort from Madueke to try and open them up.
Yeah, really good. Didn't waste any time at getting the ball out of his feet and running at defenders. In the end, he ends up in the right wing.
Kane's not having a good game, to be fair. Ooh, you can see the Everton flag. You can see the Everton flag. Let's see if I can rewind that. There.
Back again, Madueke.
Forward it to there. Let's see if I can get a photo of that flag.
A good ball into the 6-yard box.
Oh.
Way to beat a team that's man marking. Man marking.
Playing it off to Rogers, getting it back
Just
again. Madueke.
rewinding this to take a photo of that flag in the crowd. Everton flag in the crowd. Sorry about this.
From the left. And a good ball into the 6-yard box.
Yeah, they're waving it
The
there.
way to beat a team that's man marking most of the pitch and defensively deep is to beat a player. That's what he's done.
Was the bravest and nearest of penalty checks, but
That's fine.
handball involved there.
You know, having a little look with
It's Lovera who's closest to it as that ball came in from Madueke. Palmer wanted an option. Henderson's now provided one. Rogers starting to make a run. He's careered into the box. Alvarez's favourite.
Just spotted an Everton flag
A really good
in
season, Morgan Rogers
the
with Aston Villa. A little quieter towards the end of the campaign, but
round.
largely impressive in his first full season in the Premier League and Champions League.
yeah, he's definitely part of the future. One of the best runners with the ball, travellers with the ball from one end of the pitch to the other.
It's a privilege not to be at the game when they beat Manchester City at home earlier in the season, when he picked the ball up from deep, started a move and finished it superbly. It's an example of the class that he can produce. He's scored since the Champions League quarterfinal.
I'm not up to date, am I? I need to forward it because I had to rewind. I should be fine.
Scored on both trips to Girona, which is not too far from here, where England have been staying. Tackle by Byrne.
He's asking for a free kick. He's not
Right, I'm up to date now.
Really good run. Come to feet, spinning the hole. Tap on his ankle, but he'd already got contact with the ball with the defender.
After a 9-goal thriller in the semi-final, Spain turned their attention to Portugal in the Nations League final tomorrow night. It's live on ITV1 and STV from 7:30. That was some game, the semi-final. And the second of England's matches during this international break takes us to Nottingham and the iconic City Ground. And that's England-Senegal, 7 p.m. ITV1 and STV on Tuesday night. And this is an opportunity for England to have a bit of a drinks break and maybe get some tactical information here. There's a head injury that is being dealt with amongst the Andorra contingent for this incident. Thomas Tuchel will be trying to impart. He's right in the middle of the huddle there.
Yeah, I'm just watching him, these hand movements. Looks like he's pretty much saying to switch the ball a little bit quicker. Certainly when they've got it out to this left-hand side, Madueke's been the one that's created probably the best opening.
In fact, Dean Smith, if you're still on the live, then let me know, and I can show you a signed shirt that I have up on my wall. It's framed. I might be able to show you that.
As usual when you play Andorra. There's also a weekend festival, the Primavera Sound Festival, which I know you were interested in on the seafront. Was there? Yeah. You asked me to get you tickets for Charlie XCX last night. Who? Sabrina Carpenter's playing tonight.
Oh, let's go.
Chapel Rowan tomorrow, Wolf Alice are on the bill, Central Sea, and a very good Northern Irish band,
Henderson.
DC.
No Deep Purple or Pink Floyd, but
Not this time. So taking place on the seafront.
Oh, what's that, James? Well done. Well done, Madueke.
Ball is a little bit too deep. Madueke has picked up the pieces. Reece James. Babok with a header away. Henderson. And again from Henderson.
Shoot.
Palmer is arriving, but Andorra to just
Palmer. Madueke.
Back clumsily to England to keep it alive.
Still in. Bellingham.
Excellent. Very plays on because England
Conser.
Rodgers.
To Jones. Rodgers into the box.
Lovely feet.
He's still got it.
Morgan Rodgers. Well deserved.
Palmer.
Finish. Such an incisive
Appeals for handball, but it's not being given.
You don't need words for this, just watch this. In a minute. You'll get to see it, don't worry.
Yeah. Can you bring it up for me? I'm just watching the football. Can you bring it up for me? Well, no, can't you bring it up for me? I'm watching the football. But I'm watching the football. Can you bring it up for me, Alice? Because I need. Can't you just bring it up for me? Can you, Alice?
Not involved today. But hopeful of being involved later in the week.
Pickford.
Picked up a bit of discomfort in the last game of the Premier League season against Southampton, and has only really been involved in one group session this week.
Oh, so Saka must be injured. That's why he's not playing.
Still haven't scored against Andorra. What will they be thinking at half-time if it is 0-0? Because executing a low block demands a lot from you. Discipline, organisation, sustained concentration. Maintaining that for 90 minutes against a team of England's calibre is incredibly demanding. Likely at some point you will get breached. Is that how England will be seeing it? We'll get there in the end.
They won't really panic, that's for sure. Thomas Tuchel's too experienced for that. Not experienced in international football. Granted, he's not used to coming across the level of opposition that we're coming across in these qualifying games.
Here we
That's
go.
the difficult thing.
Bellingham.
It's possessed and Ronaldo's trying to lead the charge out. Free kick given for a foul on Babok just before that as well.
There'd be no panic, but if this was the second half, there would be a bit of panic if it was 0-0.
But people watching at home will be saying, well, this is a team that wants to win the World Cup. If they're not able to break down Andorra, that's a problem.
Well, it is if it's 90 minutes gone and it's still 0-0, but it's not. And what they're doing at the moment is trying to break a team down that's still got a bit of enthusiasm, still got adrenaline going, still trying to fill those gaps. At some point, they will get through. They will make a breakthrough. It might be personnel change. You never know, there might be somebody coming on just to change the balance of the game.
They do have quite a wealth of attacking talent. Gibbs, White, Gordon, Tony, Eze, all on the bench. Alexander-Arnold can come into this team as well. Ball into Madueke. It's played in by Bellingham. Rodrigo. James trying to shadow it.
Palmer.
Positioned well and then tries to charge through. Bounces kindly for
Madueke. A very slow build-up. That's what I must say. Jones. Bellingham. Put pressure on the keeper.
eyes have come on England from behind both goals.
Thomas Tuchel's has got something he's got to get used to, because if you look at the qualifying group they're in, and Serbia is the biggest threat, but the other games you would expect them to be easy wins, or certainly wins that don't cause you too much trouble. And then the first stages of the World Cup, should you qualify, are not going to be that competitive. So it's not until you get to the knockout stages again where you're coming across the big nations.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that, what he's just said.
Fixture-wise, with some competitive teams, and that's being out of the Nations League has not been ideal for them in that respect. When you see the game the other night between France and Spain, they don't get that level of competition at the moment.
That's why we were banging on about it being important that they're in League A
Come in.
next time around.
Hi, sorry. Hold my hand.
No.
Hold my hand on my drink. Yeah.
It's important for England to get over the line.
Let me just grab this drink.
Happens because
The thing's
directly
wet.
to the World Cup. The runners-up going to playoff bracket where they'll have to win
Yeah,
the
this is why England need to finish top of the group.
through to the USA, Canada, and Mexico. So we just wonder whether or not he'll be thinking about half-time changes. I think you can understand the Andorran approach. They want to avoid a heavy defeat. They want to hope for a miracle. So far, they've executed the plan well.
Yeah, it surprised me a little bit.
Just let me dry this bottle.
Their high defensive line at times, and I've been a bit disappointed. I don't think they expected that to come.
Right, let's try this. Try these nuggets.
The ball's been in midfield again, but that lift over the top has been on.
He's given away the chance for a first counter-attack. And Rodrigo's got Fernandez in front of him. Jordan Henderson is coming back to pinch it.
Tell you what, Rodrigo gets his head up there. Fernandez has made a run on the back of Burn. He could have been in. He didn't even look at him.
Jordan Pickford hasn't had anything to do in the game, but Ika Alvarez maybe hasn't had enough to do in the game.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Saves have been relatively easy, haven't they? Not peppered him.
Kane with a loose pass. Rodrigo picking it up. Henderson there to tidy up again.
Quarter pounder from McDonald's.
The Andorrans want to get to half-time and claim a half-time clean sheet, but Bellingham is coming forward here, and Madueke has picked it up. It's in towards Bellingham.
Headed by Bellingham into the keeper's arms, and that will be half time.
This is the last action of that first half.
Yeah, he just makes it a little pass outside, follows his run, a little delicate flick, but again, too easy for the goalkeeper Alvarez, who's made 3 or 4 relatively comfortable saves.
Well, Thomas Tuchel pleaded for patience, pointed out that even Spain had struggled to break down rigid Andorra in recent matches. But this is a scoreline that no one was really expecting. Roy Keane and Karen Carney will reflect on the first half next with Mark Fugac. At half-time, it is Andorra 0, England 0.
Chase sponsors ITV coverage of England men's football.
Let's grab this.
Le mal élixir absolu de New Intensity for Men et Jean-Paul Gaultier.
taking care of things. British Gas. Your personalized home insurance deals already done for you.
It's okay.
Just make it simple with personalized deals delivered from Compare the Market. One moment you're queuing up for stamps, and the next you touch it. You're a millionaire. Get yourself in the draw. Lotto, will you be the next millionaire?
AWS powers F1 Insights to bring fans closer to the race, closer to the raw speed, closer to edge of the seat decisions, and closer to okay, that might be too close. Get closer to F1 with real-time data and insight powered by AWS.
What's it like watching the new Sky Glass TV? Well, with a 4K HDR screen, everything's so real. You can almost touch. And with a Dolby Atmos soundbar built in, you really get that surround sound. Yeah, feels like you're right in the middle of it. But telly.
Sky Glass, the TV made by Sky. Believe in better.
You might expect a delicious sounding description here. But do we really need it?
I added way too much sugar to my gochujang pasta sauce. What do I do now?
What if we turn your gochujang pasta sauce into
Yeah, that's better.
add pasta sauce?
What's next?
Mix it all together.
Done. Now what?
Bake it for 10 minutes.
Soccer is something that will stay with me forever.
This is boyhood dreams. This is pride. This is passion.
Raising great money for UNICEF. It's just an honour to be a part of that.
Soccer Aid for UNICEF, Sunday the 15th of June on ITV1 and ITVX.
Chase sponsors ITV coverage of England men's football.
0-0 at half-time in Barcelona. Karen, a little bit plodding from England, I think we could say. What's been the fundamental problem?
It's just too slow. Lethargic, yes, okay, it's hot, but I think it's been far too easy. I think players just walking around, and obviously then it makes it really easy for the opposition to bank up and take a breather and have a respite. So it's been a little bit disappointing with England so far.
Yeah, it's what we feared that can happen sometimes when you have so much of the ball. Would that be fair?
Yeah, of course. But this we mentioned before, to get about wide players trying to go past people, maybe a few more 1-2s, back to the quality, obviously in the final pass, had 1 or 2 moments, but credit to Andorra, they've sat in, playing with a bit of fight and a bit of spirit. But England, the final third, obviously have lacked that little bit of quality.
Madueke is the one player who is trying at least to take his man on, and as you say, change the pitch.
Yeah, I think he's mixed his game up pretty well in terms of his movement. Here we see England, obviously we talked about set pieces before the game. He's hanging around here on the edge of the box, and this is actually a really pretty good strike and a decent save. So yeah, listen, you can't be too truthful there. I really like this movement, because again, when teams are defending no block, you want to stretch him behind, and he's got his moment. And I think it's a really good ball. Kane just kind of ends up good defending, and you see Andorra getting bodies behind, and Kane kind of on his heels a little bit here.
But when there's a purpose about it.
Yeah, there's something. When you get the shot was going to happen, but what you want them to keep doing this, because you get the back foot, and he's drawing people into it. That creates space. But certainly these little moments are unlucky. And obviously, you encourage them to do that. What they can be doing is getting dispirited and not doing it. Because he is a handful, and when he's gone at people, again, he's putting them on the back foot and causing problems. This is not a decent strike, but obviously not good enough. But
the thing he's done was he's got to change of pace. That's something that I think the rest of the team have not really seen. When you see it, it's just bang, it's burst, and I like that nice little Troy turn. And okay, Jude Bellingham's a little bit of pace to cross on there, but he's change of pace. Everyone else to me has been a little bit too slow.
Yeah, and obviously Andorra will tire now, but the longer it's 0-0, that will keep their spirits up and their energy levels up.
What we were talking about before the game was how much we enjoyed watching France and Spain, PSG, and whether they're willing to take players on.
Right, so
Ironically, the first ones made away, they were doubling up.
I mean, in my opinion, we have to make a change quite simply, and I don't know who to bring on. Kane has not been good enough, but eventually was expected to pay off. But you can always bring Tony on if he isn't. If it's still 0-0 with 40 minutes to go, 30 minutes to go. Concert, I'm not too sure about, to be fair. Burn hasn't been the worst player. I would probably bring Concert off and bring.
That's why you need these talented players to go and beat somebody. That changes the picture.
I'm having a look at the team sheet.
If I was Southgate, I would probably bring Henderson and Concert off. Move Jones into the midfield potentially. I mean, you could.
Players who are in good form, players who can beat a man. It's just which decisions he makes. Obviously, you've got Kane up. Kane, you don't think Kane's going to get you goal, but it looks a bit.
I'm not so sure. Would I play Palmer as a false 9 so we can false 9? Maybe play Bellingham where Palmer is. Play Palmer as a false 9. Take Henderson off for Rice. Move Jones into the midfield. And bring Trent on for Concert.
We still got to do it right now and here.
And 1-2s, I always mention.
I know you love a 1-2.
Quick play in the round, that's where they struggle.
But then again, you'd have to replace Concert with a centre back.
At half time in Barcelona, Andorra 0, England 0. Thinking for Thomas Tuchel to do. Play quicker, he's saying. Second half on the way.
Can't start a fire, can't start a fire without a spark. Phil Foden's on fire, and he'll be playing the Germans off the park. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire.
It's there, deep in your mind. You can sign its name without us even saying it. There it is.
Sit back. Might be able to. Yeah, that should be good. Problem is, I won't be able to see the telly when it kicks off.
Okay, we are family.
Now, I'll tell you what, I'm coming back forward.
You'll see things differently now. It's free to sell on eBay. Don't even think about it. eBay, things people love.
We saw this tree. It was the tallest tree ever. And then we walked and walked. Then we saw a cat. Well, Mom did.
Quite an adventure, buddy.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Heroes like Martin are champions of the checkout by saving us.
Kickoff should be any minute now. It is now 6 o'clock.
With Lidl's Supermarket of the Year. Versace Eros Energy, the new fragrance for men. At Zurich, we help you sustain your world in more ways than you might think. Whether it's your workplace or theirs, whether you're moving your feet or you're always on the move, whether it's your livelihood, your loved ones, or even your life, we're there, ensuring the things you have to think about and the things you don't.
Guess who's back for summer, baby?
Yeah, welcome back.
You're not coming?
No!
Welcome back, baby!
Yeah, I'm enjoying this live stream. And I might try and do a few more next season when I have the time. I'm not too sure whether I'll be live on Tuesday for the Senegal game. It just depends how this live stream goes and how I feel. And also I might be going out on Tuesday night as well. But I'll find out.
Not long to wait now. The Women's Euros kicks off in under a month's time. We start our coverage with the tournament opener between Iceland and Finland. And we'll also have England's first match against France. Karen is looking forward to it all. Has Serena Wiegmann been through the choppiest waters she's going to after all these retirements and withdrawals this week?
I guess there's a couple been unexpected, Mark, to be fair, but you know, Serena Wiegmann's Dutch and very direct, so I'm sure she'll have those conversations, but the squad's out and she'll look forward and move forward with that. So she's got a good group. Of course, we're going to miss those players, no question about it, but she'll be thinking like anything football moves on, and she'll do the same this summer.
How competitive is the Euros going to be?
Like we say this, I know particularly for the women's game, it's stronger every competition purely because investment and players and teams are getting that better now. But it is really exciting. I think it'll be the closest that we've seen. Obviously, I want England to win. But
Right, here we go for the second half.
Still think we've got a great team.
No changes, I don't think.
Look forward to the Lionesses, for the Lions, as it were, for Thomas Tuchel. An introduction sometimes to the frustration of being the England manager and the demands of it that first half.
Yeah, but he's been there, he's done it all, he's an experienced manager. What he won't be doing, obviously, he was panicking. He's got good players off the bench, he's got world-class striker like Kane on the pitch. So he always knows it only takes a second to score a goal, and once he gets the first one, you think they maybe relax a little bit. But I wouldn't be panicking just yet.
We'll be keeping close eye on the subs as well. Plenty of options for England as we rejoin Lee Dixon and Sam Atterface.
Well, the good news is that there are only two teams in the world that have scored more goals against Andorra than England. But Thomas Tuchel can eclipse both Poland and Estonia, who currently are ahead of them in that particular metric with a 5-goal win this evening. They might not get 5 this evening after the first 45 minutes, but I just wonder whether or not, Lee Dixon, they can afford to take a few more risks, a few gambles, attempt a few more take-ons. What's the recipe here?
Here we go. Andorra kick off for the second half.
It did create a few decent opportunities from this left-hand side. We went away, as we said. It's just about the quality of the ball. When they get into crossing positions, the quality wasn't quite there.
What's this? Andorra on the attack. What is that? Bear with me. I just need to grab a charger for my phone.
yeah, I think
Here we go.
let's face it, they did well in that first
That
half.
should be good.
Defensively,
Excellent.
Andorra, but with the quality that England got eventually, they will wear them down.
Yeah, I just wanted to test this out and see if it works. But here's Jones. Bellingham.
By the fact that when they have had the ball in this area of the field, England, they have been pressed high.
Yeah, I think he did mention it in the press conference last night that we know that they like to press from our goal kicks, so they would have been aware of that press coming, but they've done it a couple of times in free play as well, which is certainly been a little bit different than they normally do. And what that does is just free up that space, and England didn't utilise that in that first half with balls over the top.
Palmer.
England racked up 4 goals in Malta, 7 against North Macedonia not so long ago. That was at Old Trafford, 10 in San Marino. And the other bit of good news is that often with England, the floodgates open after half-time.
Rodgers. Jones. James. Madueke. Into the box, Reece James. Jude Bellingham. Doesn't quite get there.
Yeah, I still think that Bellingham is the one to be able to make that run because he's got no responsibilities as far as picking anyone up. He can go where he wants. He's focusing on that 10 position, but he is wandering all over the place at times. Part of that is that he can make those runs into the box and ghost defenders because nobody's really sure who's picking him up.
England won 5-0 in their last away game with Andorra 4 years ago. Qualifier was excellent that night. Grealish scored from goalkeeping assist. Then Chilwell, Tammy Abraham, James Walker.
Yeah, this is the problem. England beat Andorra 5-0 last time.
None of them involved this time around. We were looking at the squad earlier. No players from Manchester City, Manchester United, or Tottenham Hotspur on this occasion.
Rodgers. Jones. Into the box. Headed away. And that will be an England throw-in. Reece James to take. Jordan Henderson. And back to Dan Burn. Conser. Kane. Harry Kane, 1-0 England.
Harry Kane just on the shoulder of the last defender does brilliantly well to get the first shot away. We stretch it. The keeper got something on it, but Madueke following it up.
Harry Kane makes it 1-0 to England.
And again, another stretch from the set forward. That run there, just in between the two defenders, the stretch. Bit lucky the keeper, it hits his heel, but no chance of getting the cross. Madueke perfectly pulled back. And a good stretch again from Harry Kane. Surely we'll see the floodgates open a bit now. Less than 5 minutes after the restart, England have their noses in front. Just wonder whether or not that will weaken the resolve of the Andorra defence that have done so well to keep England at bay. Just penalised for a challenge on Sam Nicholas.
So far, so good, and England are winning. I'd be interested to see who got the assist, because I didn't quite see. It was Noni Madueke, yes. But so far, so good. England have finally broken the deadlock. Andorra have a free kick which has worked into the box. Singing do I did dum do, running past the Germans, scoring 1-2. It looks good. It looks fine. Harry Kane's on my mind. Danny Singles number 9, saying do I did dum do, running past the Germans, scoring number 2. It looks good. It looks fine. Harry Kane's on my mind. Danny Singles number 9. Yeah, I mean, you've got to admit Kane in the right place at the right time. He had to score it.
Far superior to the level of opposition that they're playing tonight. Senegal completing their World Cup qualifying campaign. They played Ireland last night. Drew 1-1. Runs up, by the way. I've been informed that Fontaine's DC are doubling.
Now, I've just seen Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea have made an offer for Jamie Gittins of Borussia Dortmund, which is interesting. I will have a look at that in a minute. Gittins is obviously English as well. I wouldn't mind watching him play for England in the future.
His hand up, looking to roll the inside right channel. Game's dropped deep.
That's never going to get you Gittins 35 million. Anyway, back to the football. Pickford plays it short to Konsa.
Just had Fernandez just an extra yard of pace.
Now Henderson. Sorry, not Henderson, that's Dan Burn. Kane. That's a corner for England, it looks like. No, it isn't. It's a goal kick.
England a little bit fortunate, maybe, that Rosas isn't in the team to face Thomas Tuchel and his men today. He was quite a threat by Andorran standards. Scores more goals than most do. He's 1 in 4. His injury ruling him out of this fixture in their next game, which is upcoming. They play Serbia on Tuesday night.
James to Palmer. Now here's Henderson. Back to James. England playing the ball around the back with Dan Burn.
Floating one from Madueke again. Takes it out of the sky well. Kane Left edge of the area. Madueke drops his shoulder, produces the cross. Bellingham arriving. White shirts in that congested penalty area.
Bellingham. If England get the second, then you should think it's probably game over.
Bellingham again. It's away by Lovera.
Henderson. I mean, this is what I think. If we win today, that puts us on 9 points. We have to play 8 games. 4 other teams in our group, so 8 games. 3 times. Sorry. Half of them. Half of 8 is 4. And I think 3 times 4 is 12. And I think 12 points will qualify England. It'll be enough to get your top spot in the group, in the qualifying group. But again, as I say, England have to get top, because otherwise, if they finish second, then they will have to play a playoff game.
Straight to an Andorra. He was stranded out of his goal.
Into the goalkeeper's arms.
Yeah, again, that's really good wing play. Just sit your full back on his heels and then sprint behind. It's the movement before the pass is made that sets you up. He gets behind, again, a decent cross into that near post area. He's been the one tonight, for sure.
It's great. A lot of chances at Chelsea this year as Noni Madueke, and he'll have a different focal point next season to aim at.
And congratulations also to Harry Kane on his 72nd England goal.
Really good ball from Jones. And a good run from Kane. Not only once, but knowing the ball's going to be recycled. He's so good at just sniffing out an opportunity, a bit of space in the 6-yard box. Gets his reward.
Palmer. Madueke wanted it played earlier.
And that ball is straight into the keeper's gloves as well.
They're the moments you're talking about. Madueke makes that little movement. The ball needs to go in. Familiar feeling for Andorra. You have to have a shot on target.
Well, I mean, as I say, if we do drop points in this game, then it would be a problem. You would expect to win. We're top of the group. We're on 6 points, 9 points if we win. Andorra are on 0 points and have played 3 games after today and lost all 3 of them. So, you have to win if you're England.
Can't fault him for effort, that's for sure. They have a threat, it is him.
Look at the Andorra fans there.
The willing runner scored twice against the England under-21s a few years back. His international goal was against South Africa in March 2024. Something about him, he can be a bit impetuous at times. He once got sent off after 20 seconds of a World Cup qualifier.
Edit. No, it's fine. I'm not going to bother. Go on then. See if I can edit it.
Madueke winning it higher. England's counter press works. Kane looking at goalwards.
Save.
I'm not sure
like he was trying to empty the outside of his foot. The Rodgers he's run. He has a little look, I think he was, yeah. He's kind of missed it. Put a little sorry hand up. Yeah, he's just come back off his laces instead of the outside of his boot. If it had gone in, he'd have claimed it though.
Kane, sorry about the lack of commentary. I'm just watching the football. Madueke straight into the goalkeeper's hands.
Well, it's no coincidence that it's Madueke who makes that 50-yard run. Harry Kane picking him out. You know he can do wonders with those crossfield passes, but you've got to have willing runners. He's a bit unlucky with the shot.
I think in an interview earlier in the week with Gabriel Clark.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to do another watch along, I'm going to do some more commentary. I feel like I've been doing commentary for bits of the game, but I've just been sat here in silence or talking. But I mean, it's just a test stream. Andorra making the first two changes. Now, I don't know these two players. So I won't be able to comment on anyone. Concert to Jones.
Scored the winner in the FA Cup final, about to come on for England.
What's that? Trent Alexander-Arnold and Eberechi Eze.
Now James.
I did say bring Trent on. Who are you going to bring on for Eze? Sorry, who are you going to bring off for Eze? It's got to be the Rodgers. I'll bring Rodgers off. If you're planning on playing Eze on the wing, then bring Rodgers off. If you're planning on playing in the middle, bring Palmer off. I wouldn't bring Bellingham off. And he can't play in Henderson's position. And Palmer is coming off for Eze. And for Trent Alexander-Arnold, you would imagine it's Curtis Jones. No, it's Jordan Henderson. So yeah, Trent to right back, Jones in midfield.
And also, Lopez making his second appearance. Made his debut in the last international.
And Andorra's changes coming on. I've never heard of these players, bear in mind. So I can't comment.
Hernandez's race is run.
Congratulations to Curtis Jones and also, sorry, not Curtis Jones. Congratulations to Jordan Henderson and Cole Palmer on good games. So now England is switching it up a bit. Curtis Jones in the midfield. Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. Unless you play Trent in that midfield role, which we've seen him play in the past with England and Liverpool, but I wouldn't play him there.
Alexander-Arnold picks up after
Trent.
Rebounding clearance from Pickford.
Madueke into the box. Corner to England.
Alexander Arnold getting his first real touch from the corner. We know how good he can be at these. Curling one deep to the far post, and Bellingham was waiting for it.
Don't shoot. Well done, James. Madueke. To Bellingham. Back to James.
James again. Trying to steer that into a dangerous area. Trent Alexander-Arnold went for
Trent.
Garcia, who plays his football not too far from
There's that corner as well. Another corner for England. Trent Alexander-Arnold again. Crosses in. Andorra player goes down in the box and the referee blows for a foul. We do. Oh, England, we love you. We love you, England. We do. We love you, England. We do. Love you, England. We do. Oh, England, we love you.
Doesn't look particularly happy, but then again, as he said a couple of days ago in an interview, he always looks like that. He doesn't get up or down too often. I've seen him score 3 goals and look like that. Still got his jacket on as well. Can't believe it. I think he'd be disappointed because he got quite a lot of the ball, but such a frustrating thing ahead of him. He didn't really deliver an awful lot when he was on it. He seemed to have a pass on that looked like he was frustrated and just laying a side pass to somebody. Bellingham, edge to Garcia off the ball.
Bellingham into the box. That will be another England corner. And Trent Alexander-Arnold to take again. Yeah, of course they are. If England scorer on the pitch. Alexander-Arnold to take the corner.
Trent Alexander-Arnold bends that away from the goalkeeper. Might come down for Eze.
Eze. And I guess that will be a goal kick for Andorra. Yes, it will be.
He's got through a lot of work and seen a lot of the ball. Andorra usually pretty good at keeping outside of a similar sort of quality, but when it comes to superior opposition, they concede on average 3.5 goals per game. So you would being over-ambitious if they were coming here thinking about getting 3 or 4.
Jones, Trent, back with Pickford, Trent.
But ultimately, the 3 points was always the target and then performance after. Jones. Alexander-Arnold. Well, his new round-3 colleague in Bellingham, but attempted a depth touch to quite spin back into the
Trent.
Bellingham on that occasion.
To Madueke. And that's a poor ball. That's a poor pass.
Quite snapped. Didn't really give the ball away when he was on the left-hand side. talked about the hunger, didn't he? Not only about patterns of play.
Who do you think is man of the match then for England?
Into the game, but about the hunger, the desire.
I think I'd have to go to Curtis Jones. He's had a good game at right back.
Gaps. When frustrated by the hunger of a player, that's certainly the case now.
It's a good ball down the side for coming from Curtis Jones.
Well, you haven't really offered much of a threat.
That ball away. Lopez, and then there was a foul by Ian Lopez. You have to take into consideration the conditions, obviously. England have been training in them over the course of the last week. But it's been a busy year for a lot of these players, but for some of them, it's going to be an incredibly busy summer this year as well, because you've got 9 players in the squad that are heading to the Club World Cup with their clubs: Chelsea, City, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Bayern, all competing in that tournament. It runs from next Sunday for a month. Thomas Tuchel's going out there to sample the climate and the environment. And that's going to add to the fatigue that some of the England players are going to have when it comes to the World Cup this time next year.
Just catch up with you, that's for sure.
England scorer on the pitch is chanted by the England fans behind the goal.
Jones. And Oake now takes over. Get himself into a crossing position. He's got the better of
Madueke.
He's fed Bellingham well. Bellingham flipping it.
Shoot. Ooh, tipped over the crossbar. Eze heads it. Tipped over the crossbar by the goalkeeper.
Sets it on a plate for him. It's a good save. You might think he should score, he gets something on it with his fingertips.
Alexander-Arnold.
Trent into the box.
Back towards Conza, did go out. It's the assistant on the near touchline, it did. It's a good chance for Everucci.
And that will be a goal kick
Do like that cross, though.
for Andorra.
He seems to be the favourable cross nowadays. You get anywhere near the byline, you're just pulling it back. But that one, the little dink, just catches defenders out. Very difficult ball to head away.
More changes for Andorra.
Andorra making a couple more changes.
Chusrubio about to come on for Rabel. Changes Pierre Boran. That's the bit of the park, and Rubio will go out to the far side.
Yeah, no idea. I mean, you would expect England to play better than this in the World Cup next year.
Jones. Dispossessed in the end by Harvey. Wallace again. Holding it back.
Now here's Andorra.
For Andorra to cause a real shock, but before Lopez could
Clear it.
Ezri Konza. There's a little bit of incitement from the 700 Andorran fans.
Now is this Eze? I think it is.
That's more than a little bit.
Bellingham.
Great opportunity, wasn't it? Just closed in on him just at the last minute.
Madueke. Conser to Burn. And I am excited to announce something. That I will be doing another song. I have recorded it earlier. I'll be doing a song for next year's World Cup, another England song. I did it for the Euros last year. I'm not too sure how well it went. Tricky to judge, but I will upload another one this year, see how that goes. And yeah, it's good.
So long you can write down the names of Trippier, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Shaw. Just be that none of that group ends up going to the World Cup in a year's time.
James Byrne.
Fitness where he can play consistently. He's been out here actually continuing his rehabilitation from his injury.
And I don't know when I will release the song, but I might actually release it on Wednesday, which will be a year until the World Cup officially begins. I think I will probably release it on Wednesday, see how that goes. And it'll be interesting to see the different times of the matches next year in the World Cup as well, because obviously there's different time zones in the USA, and sometimes there's like a 5-hour difference from here in the UK to in some parts of the USA, Canada, and Mexico. So I guess you would think that if England was to have a game at 8 p.m. USA time, a night match, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, then you'd imagine it would kick off 1 o'clock here. But you would imagine to save that from happening, you would imagine that the USA and FIFA and England and the FA will work around it. Yeah.
Too long to solidify their plans for the World Cup. Friendly on Tuesday, 3 more international breaks before Christmas, and then one last experiment in the March session with Spurs, by which time Thomas Tuchel will have most of the squad nailed down.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem. He's not going to bring Byrne to the World Cup. You would imagine he's not going to bring Henderson. So who is he going to bring? You'd imagine he will bring Ben White and Livramento if they are fit, if they are ready, if they are good enough. You would imagine he would bring Lewis Skelly at left back. England don't have a great amount of left backs, but here comes Rice. Rice is coming on for number. Rice comes on for Rodgers, and Gordon is coming on as well. Gordon coming on for Curtis Jones.
Thomas Tuchel would like to experiment with Stones in that 6th position, so he could almost try out 2 8s in front of him, Bellingham and Rice together.
Yeah, but England don't have an awful lot of left backs. In fact, to do like Lewis Hall, if I was Thomas Tuchel, I would be looking at calling Hall up, and I might do a video in the future talking about potential players who can get call-ups and what my England squad will be ahead of the World Cup. As I say, I will bring Dan Byrne in. Sorry, no. As I say, I wouldn't bring Dan Burn in. I wouldn't bring Jordan Henderson in either. Watch this from Fabrizio Romano. Yeah, I know, but if I was to give you an 11 right here on the spot, I would go Hall, Lewis Skelly as your two left backs. I would go Ben White and Tino Livramento as the two right backs. I will go Branthwaite. Maybe. I mean, it's hard to think off the spot. I'd take Kane. I'd take one of Tony and Watkins, but I'd also take Liam Delap. If he has a good season at Chelsea, you can make a strong argument for him to go to the World Cup. I've been talking about Tomori. I think he's a good defender. And I was talking about him potentially being called upon Southgate. Also with Abraham, I'm not so sure about Abraham now.
Heading back into the city. Well, they'll be getting taxes, don't worry about that. Because if you beat Andorra 1-0, it doesn't matter what happens at home, who's watching where, you're going to get some stick.
Apparently Newcastle are interested in João Pedro.
Thomas Tuchel won't be bothered about it. He'll stick to his game plan, stick to the training sessions, camps.
From Brighton.
What you don't do, there's 8 minutes to go. They haven't had many chances, but you don't give a free kick away. You don't give them a chance to get a set piece on.
And meanwhile, the job was to win the game, to be fair to Thomas Tuchel, and we're almost there.
Has done well on the left-hand side and now on the right. England have appeared in 16 of the 19 post-war World Cups, and next year's Festival of Football should be the 17th, but their progression will probably be defined by the matches with Serbia, and they are going on a bit of an adventure in September. Harry Kane and his team heading to a tiny town called Leskovac, which is 3 hours from Belgrade. It's a very small stadium. England fans will get no more than 500 tickets for that game. It is literally in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I know, you told me earlier. Thanks for that.
But that's going to be a hostile environment. It's going to be a difficult place to go. And they're going to have to be a lot more resolute and inventive to break down that Serbian team.
Meanwhile, we did play Serbia at the World Cup. At the Euros, didn't we? We beat them in the first game. I'm pretty sure. I think Bellingham scored. Well, I remember playing them at the Euros.
A game like this, there's huge amounts in terms of mitigating factors, but although it's the right result, the result that they came for, it's not a great scoreline.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. Tomorrow, the press reaction will be pretty harsh, I think. Not going to say harsh, it'll be strong, because you expect to beat a team of lies 173rd when you're fourth. You expect to beat them handsomely, but that hasn't been the case. And fair play to Andorra, who stuck to their job. They made it difficult and all of those things, but you're going to get some. You're going to get some stick. There's no doubt about that. But you just, as a player, you just get on with it. I was in the team that went 1-0 down against San Marino, and I can assure you, I was looking looking forward to those headlines the next day, even though we did win 7-1. We failed to qualify.
I remember it well.
Thanks.
Nice, sir.
Stuart Pearce is in the.
I wasn't going to say anything.
He's in the booth next to us looking for radio. I hope he can hear me say that, because he played a pivotal
Conser
part in that goal.
to Burn.
Also played a pivotal part in a few other moments, as you did as well. As England
Kane
progressed
in
during
the
night.
midfield.
Great servant to the game, Stuart Pearce.
Rice to Bellingham. James.
Become the first England manager to win his first 3 competitive games without conceding.
Gordon.
I think it will be honours that are going to be bestowed on them after this. Mistake by Bellingham almost allowed EM Lopez the chance to escape, and those moments will be cited as well. There was a couple of moments for Codon Alvarez's team where they've had chances and a slightly better profile player, a bit more pace.
Well, Senegal on Tuesday at the City Ground. They are a much better side than Andorra, than this Andorra side, I must say.
Hasn't run away from it. Been pretty consistent in the way they've gone about their game. And it's frustrated England at times.
Gives like about to come on. There's a need to overreact. It is still early stages under Thomas Tuchel. He has got a high degree of passion for the project, there's no doubt about that. Speaking to him, he's very much desperate to make a success of it. And he always had it in his mind, actually, from his time working at Chelsea, that he wanted to be the England manager.
2 minutes to go in regular time, and then we're into injury time. And then I will be logging off for the evening. I don't know when my next live will be. I might go live in the talking about transfers. But, yeah. Yeah, I may go live later on in the summer talking about transfers, maybe another watch-along, potentially in the Club World Cup as well. I mean, I don't know how many of them games I'm going to actually watch, but Morgan Gibbs White coming on.
Getting used to opponents that are reluctant to emerge from their own territory. This is another example. That's why it does make it difficult to sort of judge their attempts to find those coherent connections.
That's a foul.
With Benawaker getting it back to Kane and then looking for the return and then rushed off the ball by Ian Oliveira.
We had a good view of it, the referee.
Impressive bit of skill. I see it lighting up the Andorran.
Dan Burn.
Servos.
Well done, Kane. Get stuck in.
You don't want to give anything away now. Ian Lopez. Chance to cross.
Clear it. Kane, what are you doing, man on? Kane in the midfield.
GSA had a really good chance to make it 2-0 with a header which was tipped over the top.
Jude Bellingham is coming off for Morgan Gibbs White. Well played, Jude. Another good game for him.
particularly popular in Barcelona, Jude Bellingham, but one or two that he's found favour with.
We have now been live for 2 hours. I can't believe that. 3 minutes added on. Well, I guess there'll be more questions than answers here. England didn't play their best 11. You know, they could have played Saka. They had no idea if Foden's in the squad. No, he isn't. I can confirm that Phil Foden is not in the squad.
He'll want more from his team and more from himself when they get to the City ground.
Yeah, no, you want a better opposition, you really do. There's no doubt Senegal, as you pointed out, are that. So it'll be a good test for England. Different test. One last chance.
Well, the sprinkling of Andorra supporters believe that this is a late opportunity to equalise against England. Away by Byrne, picked up by Gordon. England now encouraged to go forward at pace.
Let's attack. Let's spoil Andorra's party.
Gordon joining very quickly,
Shall we?
and looking to get on the end of
Gordon! Oh my fucking god, how did that not go in? Sorry about the swear word.
He saw how tight that angle was and just tried to do too much to it. A good run, good break from England. We haven't seen many of them that came about because Andorra were trying to get forward.
Well, this is the chance right at the end. Gordon with a little poke. And Madueke trying to set it back to
And that is full time. The job was to get the 3 points. 9 points. Yeah, we take it and move on. And fair play to Andorra. Anyway, thank you to everyone who came in, said hi. And I might come live in the future. We'll have to wait and see. Thank you for watching, and I will speak to you in the next one. And